ladies and gentlemen and ladies, girls and boys and girls, welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David. Thank you in advance. Hey, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, let you know that our channel is back on. We have some very important news today, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go right into our bill. We're gonna talk about it. It's a little bit serious. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, hit the like and share, and let you know that our channel is back on. Thank you for spending this little bit of a time with the Optician, Inspirational Minutes with David, and I really do appreciate that. We have some news that we're gonna talk about today, and a video that was just put out amongst the internet, and you know, Biden is asking everyone to chill out. He said to calm down, to have peaceful riots or whatever, gatherings and protests and things of that sort. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, let you know our channel is back on. So you should already know about the young man, 29 years old, Tyre Nichols. Rest in power, brother. And may your spirit find a way, and hope that you did complete the assignment that you were assigned to here on earth. I can't even imagine what it's like to lose a child. I cannot even imagine it. I don't even want to imagine that, especially to lose a child the way that his mom lost her baby. But right now, you know, we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna talk about it today, because these brothers right here are on trial. They're murderers. So we're gonna talk about it today. And our name of our Inspirational Minutes with David is probably entitled "The Words of Mr. Tyre Nichols." I didn't do anything. Now he was wondering why they was acting so extra, because I didn't do anything. I'm right by my house, 2-3 minutes from the house, 80 yards or so, less than 100 yards from his house. I didn't do anything, the brother said. And this happened on January the 7th. Memphis police pulled over Tyre Nichols, 29 years old, for what was supposed to be, and put that in quotation, what it was supposed to be, a traffic stop, but turned to a brutal beating, turned to a brutal murder. You know, a brutal beating, they said, resident of how law enforcement assaulted Rodney King in 1991. Oh, how time keep repeating itself. His family lawyer said that Monday. Nichols, who's a brother, died 3 days later after being beaten by the police. And they say it was so violently intentional. There really was no purpose or basis to that violent or brutal against a defenseless human being. I mean, this is a citizen. This happened in Memphis. And these Memphis police officers were charged with protecting their citizens. Instead, they literally unabashedly beat the brother for over 3 minutes. Attorney Romanucci told Time on Tuesday. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to call them the Memphis 5. The Memphis 5 black officers. Taratus Bean, we're calling you out. Demetrius Haley, we're calling your bitch ass out. Emmett Martin III, we're calling your punk ass out. Desmond Mills, Jr., we're calling your punk ass out. And last but not least, I'm not even going to give him a Mr. Justin bitch ass Smith, we're calling you out. We're calling you out. Involved in an arrest that was sacked January 20 after investigation found that they violated multiple department policies, including excessive use of force, duty to intervene, and duty to render aid. Now, this happened almost a month ago. about 3.5 weeks ago. There was 2 firefighters involved in the traffic stop, have also been put on leave. Now, in 2016, Mr. Haley Demetrius, that is, a then correctional officer, we know how they are, was accused of participating in a prison assault that left 1 inmate unconscious, according to a complaint filed in the United States District Court in Tennessee. Now, what happened at the traffic stop? See, as I begin, and I watched the video, by the way. I watched the video. I watched it I watched it. It hurt. It hurt to even look at something like that. Let me get real with you. Let me get totally honest and real with you. See, we had Black Lives Matter, right? You see, if this would have been 5 white officers who brutally beat 1 black citizen, male or female, it wouldn't have took 3 weeks. Because the brother died 3 days later. It wouldn't even took 3 weeks for it to get national attention. You see, because Black Lives Matter, I'm calling you out as well. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out because wait. There wasn't no freaking outcry until now. This week, if there have been 5 white police officers, you've been marching and protesting, the whole United States would have been set afire. But it was 5 black officers. So they felt like there wasn't any need, black on black crime, right? Let me say this. I had to have a drink on that one. Let me say this. When it comes to things like that, there's no such thing as black on black crime. You see, police officers, which were originally, let's be real, police officers were originally formed back during slavery. They were the people who caught the slaves and brought them back when slaves ran away. They called it police force back then, and that's how this all came about. But as they began to evolve, it became like they're supposed to be peace officers. They're supposed to work for the community. They're supposed to keep the communities safe. They're supposed to help us from the criminals. But when we realize that there are criminals as well, the police force, that is. Back to blue, they say. Now I'm getting to this point because what people are not understanding or overstanding is that what I just said, back to blue. When a person go through their little less than a year of training to be a police officer, they really need to be, psych tests and psychological tests. Go back and do a thorough cleansing, checking on the mind, on the psychotic part of the mind of each individual who wants to be a police officer. Back to blue. Because when it comes to either white, black, yellow, it doesn't matter. When you become into the fraternity of a police officer, they don't see color. The fraternity don't. You're a part of the gang. Oh, did I say gang? Yes, it's some good cops. You're a part of the gang. You're no longer a black male. You're blue. Back to blue. Even if you're a brown brother, Hispanic, Latina, when you become a police officer, you're no longer a Latina. You're blue. Asian, yellow, you're blue. Black, brown, you're blue. There's one fraternity. Back the blue. So let's get this outcry, right? Let's get this outcry 3, almost 4 weeks later. Because Black Lives, I'm calling you out again. Where's the outcry? again, if those 5 white officers, there'll be an outcry the third day. When Mr. Tyree Nichols died on that third day. No, even on that first day when it came upon the news. Yeah, it'll be an outcry. We were told this up. But since it's black officers, Black Lives Matter people, they're police officers too. They are the blue. They are the blue. You see, the blue is what we need to reform. We need to reform the blue. I don't know what to say. I am at a loss for words, especially after I've seen the video. They released the video today, Friday. The footage from January the 7th, the arrest of Tyree Nichols, a 29-year-old brother, who died 3 days after officers beat and pepper sprayed him to death. The footage, it shows graphic depiction of officers demanding that Nichols get out the car following a questionable traffic stop of the unarmed man. Nichols is heard shouting the name of this video. "I didn't do anything," as the officers approach him with guns pointed at him. Officers can be heard shouting multiple obscenities at Nichols during the arrest. And also threatened to use taser on Nichols, who replies to them to stop, please stop, while he's on the ground surrounded by the officers. The 5 cowards. Them 5 cowards. While he's on the ground surrounded by the 5 deadly murders. See, each one of them have a sight problem as well. Maybe they didn't go deep into their background. And then you heard the obscenities. You heard them curse him, berate him, degrade him. They said, "Bitch, put your hands up behind your back before I break you," one officer heard saying. Another officer, he goes on to knock Nichols the fuck out. He said, "I'm gonna knock you the fuck out." Threatening more force as the young man is lying on the ground instead of kicking him and beating him. Watch the video. Nichols, afraid for his life. Tyree said, "Man, golly, you guys are doing a lot right now. I'm just trying to go home." Nichols pleaded with the police. Officers can be seen pepper spraying constantly over and over and over, just spraying the boy all in his face, tasing him. As he shouts again, "I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing. I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to go home." Nichols then attempts to flee. The pain was a little too much. He began to flee. And they also was using taser on him, and the shirt is falling off. The police eventually catch up to Tyree, surrounding him and beat him while he was on the ground. He is passed around among officers who take turns punching him in his face and pressing his body to the pavement. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. See, the violent incident, it takes place in a residential neighborhood. The footage shows more cops' cars eventually arriving as Nichols lies on the ground, as Mr. Tyree lies on the ground. Minutes are ticking away. Seconds are ticking away. His life is leaving his body. You see Tyree, 29 years old, avid skateboarder, loves skateboarding, worked for FedEx. He was a FedEx worker, was known for his love of skateboarding, was arrested after he was pulled over for alleged reckless driving. Alleged, that is, alleged. You can see in the video the officers fleeing on foot, and he was captured. Nichols, Tyree told the officers that he was experiencing shortness of breath and he was hospitalized with serious injuries. And he died on January the 10th. The traffic stop happened 2 minutes from Tyree's home, his mother said. He was beaten by police within 80 yards from where he lived. The family attorney said the videos as deplorable and heinous. Memphis Police Chief Charlene or C.J. Davis, black female police officer, the chief, called the footage and beating of Nicholas incomprehensible and said that the videos are about the same, if not worse, than the images of the 1991 assault of Rodney King by police officers in Los Angeles. Activists and supporters they're gathering for the visual. They did that yesterday in Memphis. The brother died of he suffered extensive bleeding caused by severe bleeding or severe beating. He bled from within. There was a photograph of Tyree, showed him with a swollen eye and other parts of the face disfigured. His family said his face was unrecognizable. Activists displayed the photo during the protests in Memphis, urging officials to release the footage of the January 7th arrest. Yeah, the case has been handed over to the FBI. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I didn't do anything, the brother pleaded with the 5 police officers. The 5 murders, I should say. Let me tell you something. I'm an optician. I have people see. But what we need to realize, we need to understand and overstand and understand that change is the constant part of life. Change is not random or accidental. You can see it coming if you pay attention to everything going on in your life. Remember that just because it's possible to make changes doesn't mean it is always accessible. Adjustments happen to each and every one of us. When change is not on your door, decide how you're going to accept it and move forward because of it. You have to move forward because life is difficult. You never know if this is going to be your last day here on earth. And this is the great truth, one of the greatest of all truths. It is a great truth because once we truly see this truth, we transcend it. Once we truly know that life is difficult, once we genuinely understand this fact and accept it, life is no longer difficult. It's no longer complicated. Because once it is received, the fact that life is difficult no longer matters. Most do not fully see the truth that life is complicated. It's difficult. Instead, they moan. They moan more. They complain more. Or less incessantly, noiseless, subtly about the enormous entities, the enormous, huge spellings of the concerns and problems, burdens and difficulties, as if life were generally easy, as if life should be easy. They voice their belief, noisily or subtly, that their difficulties represent a unique kind of affliction that should not be and has somehow been especially visited upon them, or else their families, their tribe, their class, their nation, their race, or even their species, and not upon others. You see, family, I know about this moaning, moaning, because I too have done my share. M. Scott Peg, thank you. The book, Road Less Travel. What have I done? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. One of my friends, one of my cohorts, told me about a valuable and powerful lesson in her daughter's school class recently. You see, they was learning about the Salem witch trials, and the teacher told them they would play a game. The teacher said, I'm going to come around and whisper to each of you whether you're a witch or a regular person. Your goal is to build the largest group that does not have a witch. In the end, any group found to include a witch gets a failing grade. So the teenagers, they dove into grilling each other, questioning each other. One reasonably large group formed, but most students broke into small, exclusive groups, turning away anyone they thought gave off even a hint of guilt. Okay, the teacher said. You have your groups, right? Time to find out which ones fail. Which ones who gonna get the failing grade. Then she blurted, all witches, raise your hands. No one raised a hand. The children were confused and told the teacher that maybe they messed up the game. And when one child said, did I mess up the game? Did I? He questioned, was anyone in Salem an actual witch? Or did everyone believe what they have been told? And that is how you teach your babies. That is how you teach your children how easy it is to divide a community. Shunning, scapegoating, and dividing, decimate, and destroy far more than they protect. There's plenty of it going around. Please, I implore you, please do not allow the ruling elite to divide and destroy us. We must remain united against those who would do so. I didn't do anything, King Tyree said to the 5 murders, the Memphis 5 little punks, cowards, dastardly killed that boy, dastardly killed that young man. And it boils within my soul. This is terrible. Back to blue. And I called out a few people. Now that it's had caught a fire 3 weeks later. Again, the blue doesn't care if you're black, white, brown, yellow. You're blue. It's the fraternity. You're blue against the world. That's how they look at it. And not saying there's not any good blue, but sometimes some bad blue. some bad navy, dark navy colors within the culture of the blue can turn the whole thing black and evil and insidious, treacherous. Hell, I'm even afraid. I'm afraid if I ever get stopped by the laws, would this be my last breath day on earth in this body? And it doesn't matter if it's a Caucasian cop, an Asian cop, a Latino cop, a Hispanic cop, or a black cop. It doesn't matter. They're blue. They're blue. You see, the 5 cowards that killed their brother, cowards they are. And I'm thinking about using the term asshole. I don't like to use such words, but I know what people mean when they use that. I know what type of person they are describing. Listen, one of these persons behaves as they do because they don't understand. They don't understand any better. Fake expectations appearing real. Fear has poisoned them. And fear becomes envy, hostility, and desperation. Fear, is often a huge, prodigious lie. You fear someone because you think they're taking something you hold, something that you hold valuable, which is a role, an ideal, a peace of mind. What is yours is yours, and it will arrive. But an asshole is just a frightened person. He's just a frightened person announcing that they are missing something, that they are a victim of something, that they are replacing this missing whatever with terrible, egregious, bad behavior. You see, when me and my brother were young, we spent some summers where we knew there were some birds in the neighborhood. We saw them. We heard them. But they weren't close to us or close as we would like them to be. My mom, bless her soul, bless her spirit. My mother said we needed to attract them. We needed to offer seed in a good attitude, right? So we had feeders. And we come and sent forth the message that we only wanted to see them and enjoy them. And guess what, people? Guess what, family? The birds, they came. Well, listen. These assholes can only appear where they are wanted or tolerated. The seed you put out is your interest in what they are saying and your agreement to listen to the false information. If I had wanted the birds to disappear, if I had grown tired of them, if they had soiled our porch and our chairs, I would have removed the feeders, and I would have stomped loudly and waved newspapers then. When out of curiosity and hunger, the birds flew in for a visit, I would have rid myself of the birds. You must do this with assholes. You must do this with assholes. Remove the feeders. Stomp around. Never, ever, never let your porch or your mind be sore ever again. The assholes are out there. Stomp loudly and keep a clean porch. You see. Rest in peace. Rest in power. Rest in grace, Mr. Tyree Nichols. And to the family, your mom, because you had a tattoo on your body. You love your mom so much. I understand, because I miss my mother. I miss her dearly. And I understand the love that a young man or a man can have for his mother. The goddess, the empress of the earth, mothers. And Mr. Tariq, I'm talking to your spirit, to your soul. Your family will be taken care of. And them 5 cowards, them 5 dastardly cowards, you will be taken care of. In this life, in the next. The president said, let's have a peaceful protest. But I, David, the Fly Optician, Inspirational Minutes with David, let's blow it up! Let's blow it up and tear it down. They doing it. The blue. They blow it up, tear it down, and kill it without any remorse. Without oftentimes any repercussions. I digress. You made it this far. Inspirational Minutes with David. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications. And let you know that our channel is on. Hit the like and share. Share this information. Get at me. I'll get back at you. Hit the like and share. Don't forget the audacity of woke. Let me step aside. The audacity of woke. Kindle $9.99. Soft cover $14.99. Please support your boy. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. The brother pleaded. Why are you being an asshole to me? Why do you want to beat me? Why do you want to physically abuse me? When you look at me, do you hate me? Do you hate me? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. If I love myself, I love you. And if I love you, I love myself. Tyree Nichols. Rest in power, brother. Condolences to your family, your mother, your loved ones, your family, your little 4-year-old. I think you have a 4-year-old son, 5-year-old son. Rest in power, brother. This is not the end. This is not. This is not the end. Peace.